Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Sonny. Sonny is from Brussels in Belgium. So let's see what Sonny has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Sonny. How are you?
Hi, I am okay. It was a bit hectic today.
Yeah, so walk me through a little bit about your day. What have you been doing today?
Well, today I've been working all day. I'm working as, well, officially a business analyst, but I'm actually a product owner
Mm-hmm.
as a consultant.
Right.
Um, so yeah, there's a lot of work at the moment. So I've been working my ass off, like they say.
It's good. It's good to be busy. It's good when you have a lot of things happening. You know what I mean? Keeps your mind busy, keeps you going. And I think it's a good
Yes.
way.
Yes, indeed. I've always been a very busy person. Also, when I was younger, I uh, I used to have like 20 million hobbies. Well, not 20 million, but one hobby that took a lot of time from me. So
Sonny, tell me where are you from?
I am from Belgium. I live in Brussels, but I'm originally from the north of Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
So from Flanders. So my first language is Dutch.
Ah,
And um, yeah, what can I say about that?
how
I've
long
been
have
living in
been how long have been living in Brussels for?
Yeah, for 5 years now.
5 years?
Um, yeah, so it's been a while since I moved here, and yeah, I feel really at home here.
And why Brussels? Why the move from your hometown to Brussels?
Well, I didn't move from my hometown to Brussels. There's a full story in between. I always went a little bit further and further, and I ended up in Brussels. And actually, one general reason why is love. I
Oh,
first followed my ex, and now I followed my husband.
oh my God, amazing. And
So
in your opinion, what's the best part of living in Brussels?
the best part of living in Brussels is having everything near, like in all big cities. Well, Brussels is not a very big city, of course, but it's um, it's a nice small city that has all the things that a big city has.
Mm-hmm.
So in the evening when you're bored, you can just go out and there's something to do. Yeah, everything is close. So you can just, I have a tram stop right in front of my apartment. So I can just take the tram, go to the city center and have fun.
Uh-huh.
And also it's in the middle between my family and my husband's family. So we can,
Okay. And your
yeah,
husband is from Brussels or not?
no, he's from the south of Belgium. So we are actually a very Belgian mix. So we're a Dutch speaker and a French speaker together. And and then we met in the middle in the heart of Brussels, in the heart of Belgium, I mean, Brussels.
And which language do you communicate between both of you?
Well, in the beginning of our relationship, we spoke English,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just because that way both of us had to do an effort. But after a while, we switched to French because I already had a good French base.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that's how it went. And then now we've been speaking French for 4 years now, I think. So
Amazing. Very good. Okay, so before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
something interesting about myself. Uh, I've been a dancer for most of my life, and I stopped a few years ago. And I was missing the stage, and for that reason, I am now a candidate to be Mr. Bear Belgium because I want to get on stage again.
Amazing. So walk me through a little bit more about the competition of Mr. Bear Belgium.
The competition of Mr. Bear Belgium is something that happens every year. Well, it didn't happen during COVID
Mm-hmm.
for obvious reasons. But since 2012, they had a yearly election, and Mr. Bear Belgium is someone who will present the bear community here in Belgium towards the rest of the world. And there are some values that you have to carry out being Mr. Bear Belgium. That's like all the typical things of the LGBTQIA plus community, like being inclusive, being respectful, all those things. But one of the things that is very dear to my heart, and also as a Mr. Bear Belgium, you should care about that, is the body positivity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it has been a struggle for me all of my life being a dancer before. I've never been skinny. I had periods that I was less big, but I've never been very, very um, slim.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've been struggling with that for all of my young life. Let's say it like that, because yeah, I wanted to be like the other dancers. I wanted to be like muscular and like really toned and ripped and everything, but I wasn't. I was chubby. And people told me like, yeah, you're a good dancer, but you're chubby, so you will never make it in the dance world.
Mm-hmm.
And that was tough. So it took me a very long time to accept my body like it is. And now I do. And for that reason, I was like, okay, I want to share that with a lot of people. And by getting on the stage and also just showing my belly to everyone, showing that I'm comfortable in my own body right now, that's something that I really want to do. Not only for myself, but also to maybe push others to do the same.
Absolutely. I think it's very inspiring you saying that, Sonny, because I strongly believe that, as you said, it took a while for you to accept yourself, to accept your body, to accept the real person you are. And I think that's powerful. I think that's kind of, I'm sure people watch the interview, they're gonna feel connected with you, because for sure there are so many people out there, not just the bear community, but for other reasons as well. They think that they cannot fit the community, the society, the community, because of different reasons. And see
Mhm.
someone talking so open about it, I think it's brave, it's amazing to see. And so yeah, so through the game, I'm going to explore a little bit more about the competition. I'm going to explore a bit more about your life overall. Okay,
Right? Okay.
are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point
Of
of view?
course I am.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend. Okay, full of random questions. I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to relax a bit before the first question. Okay,
All right.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can help me dance. Sonny, before you start the journey, during the game, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change. Okay.
All right.
By the way, I'm saying your name right, Sonny.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sonny.
perfect. Perfect. First question for you is, tell us about your best holidays and why you consider that.
My best holidays. Wow. I think I've done so many holidays. I think the best holidays that I had, it's only a few years ago. Me and my husband were still boyfriends at the time, and he was always telling me that he really loved the region in France, Brittany, Bretagne. Um, well, he really he one day he wants to move there, and I say, okay, maybe we will do it. I don't know. That's for the future. But yeah, we were together for a couple of months, and we wanted to do something. So I told him, like, let's just take the car and go somewhere. And I arranged something. Friends of my parents, they have a bed and breakfast somewhere in France, a totally different region.
Wow.
And I said, like, oh, we're gonna go to the bed and breakfast of my parents' friends. So yeah, so come along, and we just go there, just 1 week of relaxing, and you can do whatever you want, and we can chill. And he was like, yeah, I need it. Was busy at work, so he was like, let's do it. So we went there, and at a certain moment we were stuck in traffic, and I told him, like, you know what, just change the directions in my navigation system. And I told him like, you can put in this address. And he was like, this address? But that's in Bretagne. And I said like, yes. And then he said like, oh. And I said, yeah, we're not going to my parents' friends, but we're going to one of his friends or a couple of his friends in Bretagne. And he was like, oh my God. And then he started crying
Oh,
of happiness because he really wanted to go there. And he wasn't very excited to go to the other place in France, but he was excited then to go there. And it was for me, it was the first time that I went there. And it was a very nice and calm experience for me. And because most of the time when we go on a holiday, it's like a city trip or we're going to a sunny place or the beach or whatever. And that was something like, yeah, of course there were beaches, but it was in November or in October, I forgot, somewhere in the end of the year. And so it wasn't very warm. Um, yeah, it was autumn, so it was a calm period. Also, not many tourists. We saw our friends. We had a long walk on the beach together with our dog, and it was very different from what I was always used to. And yeah, that was a very nice experience for me.
oh my
Also, he
God,
didn't know that
really?
we were going to see his friends. So at a certain moment, his friends were there, and then he was like, "Oh my God, they're here also!" So
Oh, that's sweet. I think I'm sure, as you said, I'm sure he was crying because he's just been touched for something very special. Such a good idea. Wow. Oh, sweet, very sweet. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Sonny from Belgium. Next question is, what is the most difficult thing have you ever done?
hmm, the most difficult thing that I've ever done. Oh, that's a difficult question. um, hmm. The most difficult thing that I ever did in my life, it's something that I don't really like to talk about, but I'm going to say it anyway. That was ending my former life. I mean, breaking up with my ex and stopping with that life, the life that I was living. I used to be very unhappy in that life. And at a certain moment, I couldn't hold myself anymore. And then I made the decision from one day to the other, like, stop, this has to end. That was a very, very difficult time in my life. But afterwards, it brought me so many good things. But the moment that I had to take the decision, that was one of the hardest decisions in my life.
Wow, absolutely. And as you said, those decision can be really difficult because you get used to the person, it's a relationship, there are feelings involved, there are a lot of things
Yeah.
involved. And for someone to give a step like that, it's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
We need to
We were
think a
also
lot.
like, yeah, we were also like, we already took some steps in our lives, like the typical steps, like we bought a house, we were thinking about the future and all those things. So it's not that we were at the beginning, we were already together for 12 years.
Wow.
So that was difficult. But yeah, it was in the end, it was the best decision in my life, but it was the most difficult one.
Wow. And how long, when you broke up with your past relationship, how long did it take for you to meet your husband?
Well, not that long, actually, only 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I promised myself that I would stay single for a while because, well, when I met my ex, I was still very, very young. And I was always saying like, yeah, I never got to enjoy my young life. So I said like, let's enjoy life for a while now. Just don't get into a relationship. Just do whatever you want, but no relationship. And I did. I started doing things. I went out. I met new people. I met a lot of new friends that are still friends right now. So that was really, really cool.
Mhm.
But in the end, yeah, I met my husband, and well, at the time we were just friends. And I also told him like, yeah, no, let's just be friends. I'm not ready for a relationship yet. Let's just be friends, and we will see what the time brings. But
Wow.
yeah, it was quite quickly, and in a short time, we fell in love.
And how long you guys been together for?
5 years now.
5 years. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Sonny, before the next question, tell me when you decided to be part of the competition of Mr. Bear Belgium 2023. Did someone tell you, or you just saw somewhere? How did it happen?
Oh, well, in the beginning, after I broke up with my ex, one of the things that I did was I started going out in Brussels. And there I had to find my place. And well, given my physique, it was quite obvious to go to the local bear bar. And there in the beginning, I felt very, how do you say it? I wasn't at ease because I didn't know anyone. But I started going there. Sometimes I did know someone and I started talking and things like that. And then at a certain point, I met my husband. And well, actually, my husband, he used to be Mr. Bear Belgium 12 years ago. He was the first one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he told me like, oh, you should participate. It would be good for you. And he also said, he told me like, yeah, you would be a very good Mr. Bear Belgium. I said, yeah, I know. I don't want to say I know, but I said like, okay, it's nice that you tell me these things, but I don't feel comfortable. Also, I was like in a very, how do you say it, turbulent period in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I said like, no, I don't want to do it. But more and more people kept saying me like, you should participate, because I'm very into the community. I really want to be there. I also carry out those values. I also saw that, and that's actually the reason why I decided to sign up. Because when I look at the bear community, when you look at the core values of the bear community, like, okay, we did not get accepted in mainstream gay nightlife because we are not ripped, we are not like fashionista people. That's why the bear community was born. Like we need to create our own group of people that do accept each other. And you know what? For us, everyone is welcome. Everyone who doesn't feel accepted in the mainstream gay community is welcome in the bear community. And what I have noticed over the last few years is that in the bear community, people were starting to do the opposite. Like, you're skinny, you're not welcome here. Or oh, you're not hairy enough. Oh, you don't have a beard. Oh, you're too big. And they use like very harsh words like, oh, you're a fat soul or whatever. And then I'm like, no, this is not what our community is about. And that's one of the reasons why I finally decided to sign up. Like, you know what? I need to re-educate our community, and let's start very local in Brussels, and then we will see where it ends.
Amazing. Very good. Next question for you is, how long can you go without checking your phone?
Sorry?
How long can you go without checking your phone?
3 seconds? Yeah, I've heard multiple times already that I'm addicted to my phone. And which is weird, because I was one of those people in the beginning when mobile phones were getting in fashion. I was like, oh, you don't need a mobile phone. When I want to call, I will pick up the landline. And then after was like, oh, you're not gonna take pictures with your phone. Come on, just a regular one is good for me. And now I'm like constantly on my phone.
And which social media do you use the most?
Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely. I used to be into Facebook when I was younger, but it's a little bit in the past for me now. I'm still on it just for my friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I prefer Instagram.
I see. Very good. Next one. Let's do it. Hey, Sonny, next question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
Well, me at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying my life at the moment. Everything that is coming at me, I just take it and just let it go.
Saying that, what is the best part of being Sonny? What's the best part of being you? When you think about yourself, what do you like the most about being you?
What I like the most about myself is the fact that that I'm very open-minded, that when someone tells me something that might be weird, or might sound weird, I will just accept the fact that the person is telling me this, and I will ask questions, and I will always have an open mind and just take things like they're coming. And it's one of the qualities that I cherish most about myself.
Very good. Ready for another question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next one. Hey, Sonny, next question is, this one is going to be very easy. Who do you count the most for help?
Oh, my husband, of course. And myself as well. Yeah, but well, when I don't know, but I don't know any longer what to do, then I just call my husband. He's my rock.
What's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
The biggest difference between the two of us is that I'm very extroverted, and people that know my husband wouldn't believe it, but he's quite introverted. He needs his time alone to get some energy, and I get energy from seeing other people.
Uh-huh.
But that's also a little bit our similarity, because we are both very social people. Like, my husband is an introvert, but he can be very social. He can talk to people as well, but that costs a lot of energy for him.
I see. And do you see yourself living in Brussels for a long period?
Well, I've talked about it in the beginning that my husband, one day he wants to move abroad, and for him, I'm totally willing to do that. But at this point in my life, not yet.
Right.
I'm like, I want to stay here for at least another 4 or 5 years, or maybe longer, and then afterwards we'll see.
See.
But yeah, I could see myself living abroad.
I see. Any particular place like would you like to live, or could be anywhere?
I'd like to stay in Europe, because I do feel that culture-wise, it suits me best. Which doesn't mean that I don't like other cultures, but I feel very European. I like living in Europe, so yeah, definitely I would stay in Europe. But where? Probably in France, because, well, we both speak French, so it's the easiest.
I see.
Maybe Italy. I like Italy as well.
Amazing. Next question. Sonny, before the next question, what do you like the most about your job? What's the biggest joy of it?
Well, what I like the most about my job is that I see a lot of people. As an analyst and a product owner, you have to talk to a lot of different people. You have to align those people. That's a challenge sometimes. But yeah, I see a lot of people, and that's what I like. I like working with people, which is not obvious if you work in IT, but yeah, that's what I like.
And what do you find most challenging, the flip side?
The technical part. It's exhausting for me, like understanding all the technical details of something. That's why I chose to go more in the direction of a product owner, because then I can keep it high level and I don't need to go into all those technical details. And I just need to make sure that the things that happen happen. The things that need to happen happen.
I see. Okay. Next question is, again, I think this is going to be easy as well. Who makes you laugh the most?
Not my husband. Yeah, it is. But yeah, we have a lot of fun together. But in general, I like to watch stand-up comedians. I'm
Mhm.
quite addicted to stand-up comedy shows, actually. I watch it all the time. And at the moment, my favorite stand-up comedian is very gay. It's Matteo Lane. He's like American Italian. He also has like Mexican roots, I think, but his humor is so funny. Yeah, it makes me laugh.
Amazing. Right, I have 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. Okay, Sonny from Brussels in Belgium. Right, if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
Hmm. Obviously a bear. No, actually, I think I would be a dog. More specifically, a golden retriever, because I think the personality, a general personality of a golden retriever is similar to mine. It's like calm, but always happy, always trying to please people because I am a people pleaser. Um, and always happy if he can be amongst other people. And that's also the reason why I have a golden retriever.
So you have one.
I have one, yes.
How
Well,
old,
we have
how old is your dog?
5 years also,
Oh
just as
my
long as
God.
our relationship.
What's your star sign, Sonny?
My star sign, Aquarius.
Aquarius. Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
my birthday is in February, so
amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me how was growing up as a gay boy back in your hometown?
huh. Um, Not that fun. I grew up in a small town in Flanders. And the thing is, yeah, you have that typical small town mentality, people that are just not understanding things that are different from their own life.
Mhm.
And well, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And back then, as a boy, for example, I already loved dance. I also loved the theater. I also loved music. I went to the music academy, so I played the piano, and I did all the things that the boys didn't do because there was only one hobby that all the boys did, and that was football. And if you didn't play football, then yeah, you were wrong. And so even before I realized I was gay, people were already calling me gay. And for me, back in the days, given the fact that I grew up in a small town, gay was not a good word.
Yeah.
And I really disliked being called like that, even though I was gay.
Mhm.
And yeah, it took me quite some time to, well, I realized that I was gay when I was like 10 years old or something.
Mhm.
Um, but then it took me some time before I was brave enough to say, okay, this is who I am. And I came out of the closet to my best friend when I was 16. But the thing was, I went to an all boys school, and that was very difficult. And the minute that I went to a mixed school when I was 14 years old, on that moment, things started changing because there were girls, and girls change a lot. Like, you know, the girls and the
Yeah.
gays were like that.
Yeah.
And and then things started changing for me. And then I was brave enough to come out of the closet to my best friend. And for him, it was totally fine. All the rest of my friends were girls, so that was okay. And then in the end, I waited to do my coming out towards my family until I had my first boyfriend, and that was when I was 22 years old.
Wow. And your family accepted, they were supportive at the time?
Yes, and no. The thing is, my mom, she is Italian, and it's quite a traditional family, not super traditional, but you know, Italian traditions. So it's a bit Catholic and such. So I thought maybe they could respond negatively. And that didn't happen. My Italian family, my mom's family, they were all very accepting, they were immediately like, oh, yeah, we knew, it's okay. So I was
Amazing.
like, okay. And then also my dad's family was okay, except for my dad. My dad in the beginning, he had big problems with it. And
Wow.
we didn't talk to each other for 18 months.
And you have siblings as well?
Yes, I have a sister.
Mhm.
Actually, from my family, she was the first one to came out to.
Oh,
Yeah, well, she is super. She always supported me. So yeah, I really love my sister.
very good. Next question is, what is your all-time favorite band and why?
My all-time favorite band. I don't think I really have a favorite band. Um,
Or a favorite singer, or who is your favorite artist?
well, I think, and now this will sound very gay, but when I was younger, I really liked NSYNC because I used their songs a lot when I was a dancer, and then afterwards, I also liked Justin Timberlake. But
Mhm.
yeah, over the last few years, he got a little bit to the background, and for now, when it comes to pop music, not really. I don't really have like one preferred singer or artist.
And
I
what?
am very into electronic music though, so I
Okay,
do really like a certain kind of music, not really one DJ or something, but the style of music I do like, yeah.
I see. I've been to Brussels a few times. One of my best friends, he lives in Helmond, like Eindhoven in Holland, not far
Okay.
from in Holland.
Actually, I
And
grew up not far from there.
really,
I
oh,
grew up in Belgium, but really close to the border and not that far from Eindhoven.
oh my God, amazing! So I've been so many times, and of course I've
Yeah.
been to Antwerp as well. I've been to to Brussels. And tell me, if I would come to Brussels, let's say for next weekend, where would you take me? Like as you said, you like house, you like new house music. Where would you take me?
Well, living in Brussels, you should say like the legendary club Fuse. However, in Brussels, there's a gay party concept that is totally my kind of music,
Mhm.
and it's called Cave. I would take you there because this is totally what I like. I try to go there every time. Yeah, it's a really good vibe, but you have to like it. If you don't like that kind of music, it's like progressive house, a little
I love.
bit dark, so like everyone is like dancing and with their eyes closed and such. So if you don't like that kind of music, you will not like it, but I love it. So I can go in when the club opens and I just stay on the dance floor until it closes. So
Amazing deal. When I come, I'll go together.
yes.
Amazing. Ready for the last question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last question, Sonny. But before the last question, as you in the beginning of the interview you mentioned about, it took a while for you to accept your body, to accept yourself, to be in the best place you are right now because you literally accept yourself. People watch the interview right now, maybe they are struggling to find themselves, they are trying to fit somewhere that there's no, I think nowadays there are place for everyone. I think all of us, as you said, the bear community, every nowadays we can fit ourselves, not just one community, but there are a lot of communities, as you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
the bear community, you're trying to bring a concept where people they can be skinny, they don't need to be bare to be part of it. And I think that's very interesting what you said. But people watch the interview right now, maybe someone it's struggling to get themselves in a community, or they're not accepting who they are. What would be your best piece of advice?
Um, First of all, you don't need to try to be who you want to be. You first need to look at yourself and not thinking, who do I want to be? But you have to say, who am I? And when you figure out who you are, things get easier. You just need to accept who you are and then just follow your feelings. Just and that will bring you everywhere. The minute that you accept who you are and not who you want to be, that's the start of everything.
Amazing. I love that. Last question is, what is your morning ritual?
My morning ritual is first snoozing like a million times because I am a horrible morning person. I'm really an evening person. I'm waking up right now and it's quite late. Yeah, in the morning it takes like 2 hours before I get out of bed.
Wow.
It's difficult for me. I need to put my alarm clock at 6:30 if I want to get up at 8:30. So I really need to do that. But then my morning routine, coffee. I always need my cup of coffee, and then I do some skincare. So I just wash my face. I do some. I hydrate my skin, just
Wow.
because I'm getting a little bit older, and I want to stay young. I want to keep my beauty.
I was checking your pictures and you have a lot, it's a beautiful skin. I was checking your pictures before on your social media. Like, wow, beautiful, amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Okay.
Let's start with family.
Sorry?
Family, one word.
Love.
Money.
Ease
Okay.
of life.
One word for love.
My husband.
Ooh. Life.
Enjoying.
Sex.
Also enjoying.
For some reason, you would say that.
Yeah, of course.
Politics.
Difficult at the moment.
Religion.
Fake.
Fear.
Overcoming.
Okay. Friendship.
Important.
Desire.
Food.
What's your favorite food?
Pasta. No doubt about it. I eat pasta every single day.
One word for regret.
None.
Okay. Success.
Happiness.
One word for wish.
Oh, it's difficult to say that in one word. Wish. Health.
Okay. Happiness.
Didn't we already say that?
No, I said success, you said happiness.
Oh, right. Happiness. Me at the moment. Yeah.
Amazing. One word for Brussels.
Lovely.
One word for Belgium.
Complicated.
Okay. And the last one now. Bear community. One word.
Union.
Amazing.
Unity. Yes.
Let's pretend I'm going to meet your lovely husband for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, what is the most beautiful thing about Sonny, and what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on? What he would say?
Well, he always says that he loves my enthusiasm, because it's true. I'm always very enthusiastic, so it's true. My working point is getting lost in there, in my enthusiasm, because I'm sometimes so enthusiastic that I lose track of the people around me, and yeah, it can be frustrating sometimes for him.
Mhm.
because sometimes he feels overpowered by my enthusiasm.
See, interesting. Let's play now Sonny and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, tell me what is your favorite French word, and also your first language is Flemish.
Yes.
Flemish. So tell
Yes.
me what's your favorite Flemish word,
My favorite Flemish word, hoesting.
which means
A hoesting, that means oh, I can how do you say that in English? Um cravings or something like um wanting something, wanting, being in the mood for something. Like it can mean a lot of things, but it's a very positive word. It's like I want to, I feel like it. And
I like
that's,
that. I like that.
I don't
Fusty.
think that's really like a word in a lot of in English. There's not really a word like that. In French, it's envie, but I don't think that exists in English. Someone tell me.
Okay. And your favorite French word?
Huh. Um, well, it's not really one word, it's an expression.
Okay.
It's a typical Belgian French expression, and that's non peut-être, which actually means yes.
Oh,
So you say
interesting.
no, maybe, but actually it means yes. And I say it all the time when someone tells me, like, do you want to do this? And then I say, no, peut-être.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Son, you can ask me a question now.
Yes. When you look at your one day in your daily life now, and you look at the same daily day 5 years ago, what's the biggest difference for you?
Wow. Wow, beautiful question. I like this question. And the first thing that came to my mind is through my life, I always admire people when they do what they love. Yeah. For example, I remember like when friends or people who I know, they come up to me and said, William, I love what I do for work. I don't feel it is work. I feel I'm enjoying. I'm having fun because it's such a good feeling. And I was asking myself, my God, what's the feeling of doing that? I never had this feeling before. Of course, I what I believe is all of us, we can do different things in life and still be happy. Yeah, we can follow different careers. We can do and still be the happiest, like feel the happiest. I believe that. But I was
Hmm.
asking myself, my God, what I came to this world for? And if what I'm gonna explain to, for example, 5 years ago, I was asking this question to myself. Yeah, I was asking, and I admire people, and I love to see people, saying that I love what I do. I was born for that, and I was like, my God, how about myself? Because I could do, and I can do different things and still be happy. But one day, 5 years ago, I was wondering that, and nowadays, I can tell you with my eyes shining is the magic box. Every single day when I wake up every single day, I go to bed every single day thinking about the magic box. So
Wow.
now I can tell you, Sonny, I was born for that. You know, I'm so grateful for this idea to come along because I literally now I know the feeling now. I know the feeling of 5 years ago. I didn't have this feeling. I didn't know how to, to be genuine, saying, okay, I love what I do. Of course, I have my full-time job. I'm not working full-time yet in the Magic Box, but I can tell you that's something that I enjoy every single day. If I go to shower, I'm thinking about the magic box. If I'm eating, I'm thinking about the magic box. If I'm, I breathe the magic box. Everything's about the magic box. So yeah, that's my answer to you. I think that's something that 5 years ago I didn't have this feeling. Now I can tell you, I know the feeling now of knowing that um, I don't see as a job. I see as a passion because I could do that for 24 hours no stop because you have no
Wow.
idea how powerful. It's amazing to see so many people around the world and connect with them.
Yeah. Well, I see that. Also, when I watch your videos, there's so many so much happiness and so much enthusiasm inside of you, and you show it, and I love your energy.
Oh,
So
thank you so much. And when you're saying, actually, when you're saying about you're very enthusiastic, and you say that your partner sometimes, point on you, and I could see myself as well, because I know the feeling of being enthusiastic. It's a nice feeling. It's a genuine feeling, isn't it? It's very genuine,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, very pure, huh?
It's very pure. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very pure. It's something that you cannot control. You cannot control. Suddenly, just come, and it's just. I feel like I'm exploding. I feel like I'm. It's such a great feeling. Great question. I love the question. My God, a beautiful question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, I had fun. It was a bit hectic in the beginning with changing places, and also behind me with my husband constantly passing in the hallway, but
It's
it's okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Again, thank you so much for sharing, your experiences in life. And I'm going to repeat again. I'm so grateful and happy that you mentioned in the beginning of the interview about you finding yourself. I think it's so important to talk about that as well, because again, we don't know how many people there, maybe they are, in a place where they are lost. And see someone talking so open about, you have no
Yeah.
idea how you can help. By the way, when is the final of the competition of the Mr. Bear Belgium?
It's on the 30th of September.
Right.
That's election night.
Amazing. Oh, good luck. I wish you
Yeah,
all
if
the
you want, you
best.
can come.
I would love to actually. Actually, why not?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if you want, I can send you
Yeah.
an invitation.
I'm going. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I was talking to my friend actually who lives in Holland, and I was telling, oh, I would like to come for a long weekend, and he said, oh, between end of September, because he's traveling afterwards, so maybe we could organize that. I would love to be there. Let's
Why
keep in
not?
touch.
We'll
Let's
keep in
keep in touch.
touch. Yeah.
Amazing.
By the way, I just one thing that I still want to say, because we were talking about the changes in my life, and the things that I how do you say it, like how I learned to accept myself and such. Actually, what I did was I tattooed a very big part of my body. Only like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I started, and then up until last month, actually. And actually, the tattoo is to remind me of myself, like, and that's something that is very powerful for me, because every time when I feel down or insecure, I always have to think about your tattoo, because your tattoo tells you who you are. And then I'm like, oh, that's true. That's often when I feel insecure. Also, my husband tells me, like, remember your tattoo. I said, oh yeah, yes, okay.
Amazing, very good. And again, I think it's such a good point as well, because sometimes we need to find a way to remind ourselves that we are alive, that we are worthy, that we are beautiful, that we are here to live life, to express the way we are, and to connect with people as well. Very good point. Before you
Yes.
go, if you can share a positive message, anything that you live by.
Well, then I'm just going to share the message of my tattoo. And that's actually, there's 3 words in my tattoo. It's feel, trust, and jump. And it means actually trust your intuition and just do what you feel. And that's something I live by. Trust my feelings and just do it.
Intuition is so strong. Our intuition, it says a lot. Follow your intuition, because it's very powerful, for sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Regards to your husband, and you keep in touch. And I might see you in September. Okay.
Yes. You're welcome.
Good luck with the competition. You keep in touch, Sonny. It was
Thank
a pleasure.
you.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.